Do you think that,
I mean, I don't see that.
have you heard anything about the kids parade?
Nothing.
So I'm just gonna plan on never forgetting.
Sure.
I'll just start putting something. I'm just gonna start putting
I
something.
haven't thought about that since the last time meeting. Sorry.
It's all I think.
So it's too much?
I'm sorry.
My brain.
Literally.
Oh.
I think of that constantly.
You were very good, but I do.
I haven't realized that I have.
No, it's just supposed to be in the middle.
Son left today. Actually, had a big crowd.
Ben left, so I also had a big.
Oh, where's Quinto?
Hawaii.
Where's
Ben was in Philly.
he was just here for a visit?
He was here for a week, but I worked all week and we probably saw each other a total of 10 hours.
Then what are you worried about?
And then I don't see it, it's like 3 months. I wouldn't mind living alone, but when you've had somebody for a little while.
I need anything.
Next time you go to the hippie concert.
You mean on Thursday?
That's this week.
Concert. Just over there.
It's the festival.
So she realized that we don't really see each other unless she needs
Yeah, they don't date each other.
drinks or power. She doesn't come down. She doesn't like,
So she keeps it in okay, this is what she does.
yeah, she doesn't like her gang. She goes, she's her own gang.
Right, yeah, she,
And he's still looking to ask.
no, she, her, yes. I used to give her crap about it all the time. She was like, don't smoke it. I go, when you leave? No.
She already has.
I wouldn't do that.
You all set?
Sure, whatever you say, Chris.
All right, 6 o'clock, I call the meeting to order. First order of business is public comment. If you have a public comment, come to the podium, state your name and address, address your comments to the board and not to the audience, and you have 3 minutes.
Is your agenda?
Yeah, on the table when you walk in.
Oh, you missed it. We didn't sign it, Howard.
Anybody?
I'll sign it.
Are we on here?
Yeah, third.
Here.
You all set, Sherry? We're waiting for you.
I'll say.
All right, appointment, Steve Bullock.
So our loader tires are racing slicks now. This item's been in the CIP to buy since before I started working for the town. We just kept moving it down the road because we didn't need them yet, so there wasn't a point in spending the money. This past winter it got bad enough that it wasn't really drivable on the road if it snowed. So time's come to finally put new tires on the loader, so that's why I'm here. If you look at the Sullivan tire invoice compared to what I'm asking, there's $720 difference, and that's because the racetrack agreed to take the loader tires to use as buffer. So they'll put them up so the cars run into those before they hit concrete. So they're taking the tires, so we don't have to pay to recycle them. And we'd have to pay for them even if I took them back and did it through the transfer station. So that's saving us some money.
Okay. Any questions?
Does the racetrack, just out of curiosity for my own selfish purposes, does the racetrack take tires of all shapes and forms?
No, these ones, because they're so big, they can,
Okay, because I have a pair of, I have a set of 18-inch tires
I don't
sitting in
think
the back
so.
of my garage. Winter tires that are almost bald now.
no, this is because of the size.
No.
You might check with the UNH farm. They use tires to hold down the topping on the corn silage beds.
Yeah.
They're sometimes looking for tires. Or you can just dump them on the side of the road. Like there you go. So I'm not condoning that, don't do that.
But I gotta figure out something to do with the tires.
So if anybody out there knows where Dave can drop off his tires, just call.
Transfer station, $5 each.
There you go, there's your option. All right, any other questions? No? Move to grant the Public Works Director permission to purchase new loader tires from Sullivan Tire for the Highway Department's loader in an amount not to exceed $8,086.68. Said funds to come from the Highway Equipment Capital Reserve Fund. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? No? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
Thank you.
Karen Rossi.
Good evening. As required by the fair rules of procedure, I'm here to give you an update for the fair for 2024. The biggest issue, well, one of the main issues that the fair has is providing food for the people, attendees. It's hard to get a food vendor. We've been unsuccessful many years getting a food vendor. The fair sold food several years in a row. This year, we're very down on help. We are asking for volunteers. We haven't had any success. So our solution that we came up with was to start the fair at 3 o'clock instead of 11 o'clock. That way we don't have to serve lunch because we can't find anybody to serve lunch. So we're starting the fair at 3 o'clock and then just cramming everything in, starting at 3. The only thing we're not having are the vendors selling things. We still have the committees and commissions, the tractor parade, the national anthem, the children's parade, children's games, music, water slide, weather permitting, face painting, balloons by the bath, canine demo, farm games, frying pan toss, wildlife encounters, best of harvest contest, tractor pull. If there's enough help, we'll do the children's pedal tractor pull, and then the barbecue, fireworks, and the ice cream smorgasbord. So by starting at 3 o'clock, we don't have to provide the noon meal. We have put it out there that if we don't get any volunteers, this will be the last year for the fair. We're not fundraising anything, we're gonna spend the money we have. So then next year, and if next year, if a group of people step up that can help, we can fundraise at that time, but we're not gonna do any fundraising this year. We have quite a bit of money, and we're gonna spend that down, and then if we get more volunteers, it'll continue. If not, this current group, there's not enough, and there's not enough. Speaking from myself, it gets tiring, old, so.
What kind of numbers are you down? What are you looking for in terms of numbers of people to assist?
We need food vendors, we need help, we probably need 10 people to help. It's a lot. And I think the current group is just getting tired. I can only speak for myself. But
Okay. Any
life's
questions?
short and weekends are few and far between, so.
Any questions for Karen and the committee? No? All right. Thank you, Karen, appreciate
Thanks.
it. Thank the committee for us.
I will.
Judy Blanchard, Judy?
First of all, I would like to apologize to the board for not coming to you earlier with this request. It was not an intentional oversight, and I'm sorry. I'm here to request that Brody Lavecchio be allowed to put a fence around the pantry garden that was completed. We have 2 Eagle Scouts that have been working on the project. I believe Denise had the information from Brody to you, right? I sent it to you. So Gibson Griffith sent, his project was the raised beds at the garden, and those have been completed. And Brody would like to build the fence around the garden to keep the animals out. It says on here that Brody and his family they cut the trees, they milled the wood. It will be a very nice fence around the garden to keep the animals out. I understand that there was a concern about it being potentially movable. And I have asked Howie Hoff to come here with me today to talk on that. He was part of the process of building the garden as it is, so we're also asking to replace bins. So there were compost bins on the property. There were 3 of them side by side, and they were, from lack of use, they were just composting themselves, I guess. And so Brody would like to build new bins. He has built the bins, I believe you have pictures of them. If not, I can show you pictures of them. There's also a possibility that these could go on church land, if that is something you would prefer, so that they are not, can I approach and show you the pictures?
Sure.
Okay. So they would be used totally for the produce, for the waste from the garden, so that it wouldn't have to go anywhere else. They would go into the bins. These are, I think, pictures that you already have of the garden, but these are very similar to what was there. They just had broken down, and they were not usable. Questions?
So how high is the fence? Is
The
it as
fence-
high as these posts, or?
So the fence will not be that high. The fence, would you like to come this is?
Hello, I'm Mr. Lavecchio Senior. He's my youngest son of my 4, and he hoped to be Eagle Scout like his 3 brothers.
Which
I live in-
address?
I live in Nottingham, sir, but
Okay,
Lavecchio.
just, she needs it for the.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what we have is grandfather owns a mill, and it's Carroll County. We milled out, what was that wood? Cedar. It's not cedar. Spruce. We got spruce boards cut over 8 feet, various widths, but it's all natural. And I guess the intent was to build the fence up those posts. Certainly, the height is up to you all. Now, obviously, we're going to, if allowed, to level each post so they kind of level for the perimeter. Now, the only posts that are higher are set the door, set the entrance, and they would be level, but they wouldn't be at the same level as the fence.
So are you thinking the fence is like 6 feet high or 5 feet high, or what?
It's not gonna be that. I mean,
We probably went off lumber, depends on what your needs are. It could be, I'm guessing, it could be 4.5. I don't know what will keep the certain pests
Joey,
out.
I think the proposal was 4 feet high.
4 feet? Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
But it would, I might also, if you don't like the look of the boards, it certainly be staying a color that you like. And some other alternative, if you want to stop pestilence, you could stop deer with fishing line at various, like 2 feet, 3 feet, 4. They walk into it, they don't like it. No, you can't stop raccoons, you can't stop any other animals that would like to eat that food, so.
that had been something that was suggested to me, that we build the fence at 3 to 4 feet, and then run the lines along the top, so it would not be, you wouldn't see it as much. That's something that the Newmarket Food Pantry does. The gentleman there gave us that idea, was the fishing lines and the cords that the deer don't like it. So keeping them out at the lower level, but with reaching in, they won't reach in with the lines.
If you don't want the fence, we can put a 2-foot level fishing line, a 3-foot level fishing line, and as close to 4-foot level fishing line as we can. We can make sure the posts don't go over 4 feet.
So the fence is just encompassing the pad that was for the garage?
That's it, totally. That's the only area that it will be in.
Dave, do you have any questions?
I don't know, I'm not familiar with the garage. I see.
About
That's
20 by
it's in the
20, 24 by 24,
Yeah, well,
right in there somewhere.
I'm familiar with the 1,200 pounds of cement in the ground, holding those posts down, so.
Any questions, or?
I have some
Yeah.
things through Rebecca, some
Sure.
questions. So she just wanted to point out that when this was first discussed, that she did say she didn't want anything permanent. So that was said at the last meeting. And then also, and obviously cement in the ground with the posts in it is very permanent. the height of the fence is really, is important for different reasons because of how high fences can be and weight and things like that, but 4 feet is obviously below that. But, and also, the fact that these are, what is it called, Eagle Scout projects. Neither one of them presented this to the board, which is typically the procedure, is to, when you have an Eagle Scout project, you come in and ask the board if it's okay to do. So, and I guess I kind of thought, I don't know where he is, like why he's not here presenting this instead of you, I'm not sure.
He had other commitments tonight. He's also, besides working at Johnson's, he also is part of the Fire Explorers program, and they're meeting tonight in Epping, and they're doing a presentation.
Okay. That's all, I just wanted to point out that this wasn't, you know, procedure for that sort of things to come to the board, and then also, there was a mention about, neither of you have mentioned this yet, but there's a sign concern. Is there some sign I was told that the tall ones were gonna house a sign?
No, they're
No.
not.
No,
No, I told you that this is what I heard, and,
it's not anything, no, that's not,
Those are.
no,
And I'm saying no sign.
okay.
no.
No, I'm saying you can't have a sign.
Right, that's why I wanted to bring it up.
That was not, no,
There's
it
no
was,
sign.
I have it in an email somewhere, but
from who?
I don't know. I have to go back and look.
May I,
But-
Joe? Can I speak? now?
Absolutely.
Yes, sit down.
Sure.
You have to go to the
I
toilet.
know. Terry Griffith, 5 Riverside Farm Drive. So I speak on behalf of Gibson My Eagle, who completed the inside of the project, which I will actually tell you is 4 raised beds, 2 sorting tables, 2 herb gardens, a garden cart, okay, to keep those items safe from pests. We need a fence, obviously. Clearly a mistake has been made. It is not required by the Eagle Board that we speak to you, due to the fact that the food pantry is the supporting, who the projects are supporting. And both Gibson and Brody would typically be here, but again, they are giving a presentation this evening to their Fire Explorer group. They are incredibly active boys, as most of you know. I don't know you, Dave, but they are 2 powerhouses in this town. I'm not going to speak in regards to the movement of the fence, if it does need to move. I'm going to leave that to Howie. There has never been discussion in regards to a sign. I think that's clearly just something around town. The only sign that would be is a small vinyl sign that just simply attaches to the garden cart. That is 12 inches by 10 inches that clips on to say this is a garden to drop, any member of the community can drop off excess produce. This project is simply for the less fortunate in our town.
One more comment?
Okay.
Sure. I understand what you're saying about the Eagle Scout project they don't require that it comes to the board.
No, and we were under the impression that we did not need to attend, that had been taken care of. And in fact, it was signed off by the food pantry.
Do they own the land?
No, but because they had gone in front of the board, both boys, because we know, I'm not sure if any of you were scouts, it is not neither Joe, Brody's father, nor myself as Gibson's mother to oversee those things. Both boys did in fact contact Judy and ask, did they need to attend? And we're told no, which is and that is how it is. Clearly, there's been a mistake. Judy feels terrible. But I will say that they have done, Eagle Scout-wise, they have done everything that they were told that they are supposed to do in regards to their project. So, both boys feel bad and will rectify together, even though it is two separate projects, will rectify any problems that need to be taken care of. But they are best friends as well, so that's, all right, that's all I have to say. Questions for me?
I don't think so.
Okay.
The select board has to give them permission to put up a sign or not, because our ordinance specifically says no signs are allowed on town property. So if you're allowing them to put up a sign, you have to give them permission, because I can't. I just
On a
need to
cart?
take it.
It's more directions, it's not sign, it's a direction, like where to put your.
It's on a cart.
It's on a cart.
Let me show you a
Oh.
picture. It's directions to leave, to
It's on-
drop your veggies
On the
here.
cart, it would be, if the board is okay with it, you can,
I'll show you a photo.
Yeah.
Of course I have.
our regulations say no
Right.
signs on town property.
Totally understandable.
Here, rein you in.
I know.
Can somebody speak to I assume this is a perpetual thing, I assume?
This is something that, it was built in a way that we are hoping for years to come, we'll be able
Okay.
to serve the pantry. It's corrugated steel and pressure-treated wood on a pad so that it does not have to be rebuilt, it does not have, so
They're awesome.
that we can continue for many years, I hope, to give fresh vegetables. We have people in our pantry that don't, they get what we give them, they don't get fresh vegetables unless, today I dropped off some vegetables from the garden. We have a temporary garden at the Allen's house. And I dropped off some vegetables that we had raised there to a local shut-in who
Yeah.
gets what we bring her. She gets canned vegetables it's a very important service. And
So at
how
some-
he's gonna speak to the removable.
Okay.
It's-
Because at some point, that particular property might be used for something else and it needs to be removed, so.
There's nothing, taking down the raised beds wouldn't be a whole lot of fun. But it is not, they're not attached to anything. It's a matter of disassembling them.
I think my thing is the fence.
Sure. So my name is Howie Hoff, 43 Riverside Farm Drive in town. So I was involved with the project, working with the Scouts, and they did a nice job. They used quality material, they did a nice job building everything. They also put the fence posts in, and there's cement around the fence post. Removing them, because I have experience doing this on another piece of property that I have outside of me. Anyways, you wrap a chain around it, tie it to the back of a truck, and then they come right out. I understand the desire or the need to keep the property available for future use, and I think in a weekend, everything can be removed
Okay,
if necessary.
all right,
Okay?
fair enough.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
This is the sign that Sherry wanted you to see.
It's vinyl.
It's a little vinyl sign that's just gonna go on this little cart that's about this big.
Okay,
Just that says, if people have produce at home to drop off, they can drop it off. It's not gonna be advertised or be in front of the building where nobody will know it's there other than the people that,
Coming to it.
yes, people that contact me. I get people that contact me about dropping things off and and we'd be able to let the people in the pantry know that it's there, that there may be vegetables and fruits there for them. And again, I'm very sorry I dropped the ball. Politics will never be my thing. It was not intentional, and I hope you understand that it was not intentional.
any other questions, Steve? The only other thing I have, liability, we're gonna have people that are not,
As long as they're volunteers and they're not being paid, they're gonna be.
no, I mean, for people who, because the idea is for people to come visit the pantry, but also visit there to get vegetables. So there are people that are in the town, they're not necessarily,
As long as they're there on a volunteer basis, they will be fine.
okay, okay.
And I'm assuming you don't have a payroll for anyone that's gonna be
Nobody.
coming. And the liability for the food product would obviously fall on the food pantry if the food pantry is distributing it. Which I'm assuming the typical church insurance package has coverage for those exposures.
So, with regard to the sign, Karen, because this motion doesn't say anything about a sign. So we'd have to include that particular part?
If you want them to have a sign, yep,
The little vinyl thing?
yep, it's a sign. Our ordinance says there will be no signs on town property, that's town property.
Could it just
Sign.
be, instead, could we just,
I'll make it to take it down.
well, it would be instructions. Or we could even sharpen it.
Still a sign, it says food pantry,
The
whatever.
board can just incorporate it into the motion pretty easily and take care of it without
That's what I'm asking.
making it too complicated.
No,
Are you okay with that, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we've got two parts here. Can we maybe combine them?
The sign of the posts.
And I'm gonna be creative, so this is gonna screw up Denise, but that's what she gets the big bucks for.
what it is.
Okay, so I move to grant Judy Berlanger permission to have a fence installed around the Wilkinston Food Pantry Garden as part of the Brody Lavecchio's Eagle Scout project. Said fence shall be removed at no cost to the town at the discretion of the select board. Also to grant the Wilkinston Food Pantry permission to replace the bins behind the parish house and use them for compost, a garden compost. And to allow the Wilkinston Food Pantry to have a 12 by 12 inch sign,
How big is it, Sherry?
About 12 by 10, it's just a fine.
12 by 10 sign for the cart.
Instructional
Instructional sign on the cart
Only.
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 Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? No? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next, town administrator?
Yeah, just a couple of things. I wanted to mention banking. I've gone ahead and filled out the paperwork to start moving our accounts to TD Bank. A couple of reasons. One, that I was happy to notice right away is their fees are considerably less than where we are now, and they are missing some fees. Right now, for example, we are being charged after-hours deposit fee if we drop off our drop box after the bank closes. Other things like that. I expect probably by early September that we will be switched. They also have some very specific municipal products and accounting procedures that are much more applicable to a town's accounting status, so I'm looking forward to that. And I think that the committees and commissions in town will also be looking forward to that because we'll have a snapshot whenever they like it of exactly what they've got for funding, which we don't have right now. It requires a fair amount of calculation. Beyond that, I sent out the email regarding community power dates, or I think we heard back from pretty much all three of you on that, that the 28th was okay as a date. So we'll proceed with that. Obviously, the whole board doesn't need to be there. I think it would be good if there were at least a majority of you there. And we're working on some outreach and public relations campaign materials right now. I got the logo back late this afternoon that they've designed for the project. And we'll be moving forward with that with hopefully an October 1st release.
Okay, good.
I will have, we've still got a few bills trickling in and some other things that need to be backdated to fiscal year '24, but I will have a complete end of year report for you that's exact by the next meeting. It's a little complicated because of the way the year ended with a week in fiscal year '24, a week in fiscal year '25, and the cost of living adjustment taking place July 1st. So we couldn't just run it through payroll the way we normally do.
Okay.
I do need to go into non-public under A and C briefly with the board.
Okay.
This evening, if that's agreeable.
Anything else?
No, any questions for me?
Nope, guess not.
Okay.
All right. Anything in the consent agenda you want to pull, Dave?
No?
No, set. So I move to accept the consent agenda as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? No. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Oh, shoot, I wanted to pull one. You got things for us to sign, or? No?
this afternoon and go through the manifests.
Oh, under number 6, are you including the ones you just sent out? Because I have some issues with that one.
Yes, they're all included. The one I sent out today was, I wasn't sure if I had sent it before, so that's why I sent it.
All right, so on the first full paragraph of page 4, it says $10,000, which I think you mean 10,000 visits. You said 10,000 of 12,000 visits, but you got $10,000 of 12,000 visits.
Oh, okay.
And then the last thing, is that this one?
Is it the 13th or the ones I sent last?
Okay, it's the ones you sent today.
Okay, that's just May 13th.
All right. And then on page 7, under going into non-public, you say Chair Casper motions to go into non-public.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't work for me.
Sure.
All right, anything on new business, excuse me, old business? I don't have anything. Anything in new business? Nope. All right, I move to enter a non-public session, Hampshire RSA 91-A:3, Roman numeral 2, sections A and C, no L, right?
No, L.
A and C. Do I have a second?
Second.
Kind of. She doesn't know.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's why I put all 3.
That's why I asked, but, so can I amend that motion to add L, please? Dave, are you okay with that?
I second.
All right, and roll call, Dave Benson?
Here.
Oh, aye. Scott Bugby, aye. Motion passes. Hello. You came in.
Wait for me.
He says you should be first.
Oh, thank you. Oh, dear.
So we'll go. I'm just asking. Did you want to mention today's?
Yeah.
I don't know whether our calendar software is bad or some of the operators are bad. On our calendar right now, our town calendar, there's, if you just look on the calendar, underneath it, it lists what's coming up.
Uh-huh.
And it lists library trustees meeting for the 22nd from 4 to 6 p.m. And the library trustees meeting for the 24th from 4 to 5:30. And a library trustees meeting for the 24th from 4 to 6.
That would be Haley.
And when you look at the calendar itself, those extra ones, you know, you say see all events, and then it shows you the calendar page. Those extra ones don't show up there.
When you go in to
so-
enter, so today's, what is today? The 22nd?
22nd.
So when you go in to enter something, if you don't change the date, it'll just automatically put today's date. So that's that one. The other.
Yeah, because that one, when you then click on it, you get that the meeting on the 22nd, and it lists where and when, and it says it's going to be on the 24th.
Yeah,
So you have this one page that says the meeting on the 22nd will
Right.
be on the 24th.
yeah. And then maybe she went in and changed the time.
Yeah,
And it
probably.
didn't,
Yeah.
and didn't update it, so it didn't cancel out the other one.
Yeah,
So I'll look at that tomorrow.
it's,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought either there's something crazy with the software, or someone
No.
doesn't know all the steps you have to go through.
Yeah, and she does. She must have just been rushing, you know.
I don't know.
Because I haven't seen that happen before. I mean, it's happened to me before,
Yeah.
but I usually catch it. Because when you save it, then you look at it and you're like, oh, darn. And then you go
Yeah,
back. And,
no, I looked at it and said, what? It was, I didn't even see that.
all right, I'll let her know.
Anyway. We'll see ya.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.
she was on her way. I told you, you guys were in non-public.
I lost my edding shirt at my pen.
You lost your what?
My pen.
Okay, this is.
Oh, okay. I assume.
Well, I knew that was one of them. He said two different, I thought he said two.
I have to wait for my motion.
They didn't sign any, they didn't sign any of them. I found, all I had to do was white out that money to sign and change, I just closed out Casper and Hoffler. But he didn't sign any. Oops. Darn. Here, I guess we'll do that.
I took that downstairs, I needed a pen.
No, but
Maybe that wasn't her. She's gonna miss everything.
So,
Hey,
how was your nan?
Okay.
bust in there.
So like, it's 7 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been in the air all day. I had a bag of Chex Mix and a Snickers for lunch.
oh, Snickers is good.
Just me.
picked him on Saturday.
Oh, so you couldn't walk up the stairs?
Yeah, that was a couple of times, but and she squirms and she doesn't. Microscopic, so she doesn't. The good news is if she now we want her at the Johnny Day. Is Granny sleeping nice? You imagine. Does she know the water? Is she live there or is it just a man? She said that she worked there. I was thinking she was from that like. All the things.
No, that's not.
Make motion to seal the minutes from non-public.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, this will make a motion to not enforce the one political sign limit during the
Political sign ordinance.
political sign ordinance of one sign limit, no, just
Until.
Political sign
until.
ordinance.
You just want the whole, you want to skip the whole ordinance as
Yeah,
opposed to
just
just the
close
sign
sign ordinance.
limitation?
Okay, motion to not enforce the political sign ordinance through the November election.
March election.
March.
March election.
March 2025 election.
We need to draft the new ordinance and put it on the
Oh,
ballot.
okay, all right, through March 2025.
Second.
Great. Discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
If you'll entertain, I have one thing. I've gone through your ending expense. I have some questions and issues. I do not want to go through all of them because there's too many questions.
And there will be a final
Some
version of
changes?
that coming.
The other thing that I have that has personally affected me, which I'm not very happy about,
Okay.
is I've had conversations about the stipend for the ABC, and it was issued last July for this fiscal year. I got paid at my last check in June for another stipend for the ABC. So I got two stipends. So my question is, yes, I find this very irritating. You've budgeted $600 and you expended $600. So did somebody not take one and mine's an extra, making up the 600, or how does that work?
I'm pretty sure I didn't take.
We had members that did not, at least one member that did not take
Can
the
you
stipend.
check into that? So
I'm
was
very
paid
comfortable
twice.
check into that.
I think last year we were late.
No,
in
you
paying.
were, no, you weren't. I got mine in March, I've
Yeah,
checked.
I'm not gonna
Okay.
argue it now, I
All right.
wanna see what we've actually done.
Yeah.
We went to the selectmen's meeting.
I know.
Yeah,
Are you
And
allowed to leave?
most of these are like, okay, so why are we over on that? Why are we, and I didn't do really unders, and there's some things that are in the wrong places, so I just put question marks and stuff. So if you can kind of figure that out.
Yep, the big overages you're going to see are in my budget for the financial consultant.
Yeah, that's one of them. I just figured that's MRI.
It is, and the other one, the other big jump was fire department wages.
Yep.
A few other things in there, insurance was up as much, we've got a couple of extra vehicles, we didn't trade 2 police cruisers,
Yep.
which we normally do, and we've got some newer pieces of equipment that increased the property and casualty insurance. I believe they also adjusted the value of the library
Okay.
when they came to look
Well,
at it.
I figured they're all stuff. The other one that I'll just bring to your attention, which you probably already know, is I remember last year when we did the final, the $30,000 for the bond payment got stuck in last year. It was supposed to be moved. Because I'm seeing a
Yes.
budget of 30, but no expenses. So
And
that
that-
didn't get moved.
That is going to be corrected, that's
Okay.
one of the things that Brenda's working on.
So how about if I just give this to you? If you have any questions, ask me, but they're mostly like, whatever, the trustees of the trust fund salary. It's budgeted at 300, but you expended 600, why? So it's stuff like that, so
Yeah,
just give me
nope, I appreciate the,
and you said at the beginning of the meeting that there were some things you still had to tweak. So if you can check those out and just,
yeah, this, and I know the 30,000 is one of those items that still
Okay,
needs to be tweaked.
fair enough. But you sent it, so I figured I'd
I
go
didn't-
through it.
I just was getting nervous and wanted to let people know that we weren't going over budget.
Okay, well,
We appreciate that.
so I think your thing was 189, so with the 30,000, that'll bring it down.
It's gonna be down tighter than this.
How did revenue turn out?
I don't have the latest revenue report, I can send you a revenue report.
Okay, all right, sounds good. All right,
Okay, motion to adjourn.
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Can I get you guys just a second?